that was an edge hit. Do I want to? No, I don't want to try that shot. No. That shot is a booger. Right now, that blade, if this is the hostage taker, I'm sorry, if this is a hostage, that swinger that normally goes like this from side to side has now basically gotten caught in the middle. And to get it, now, from 50 yards freestanding, you're bound to take a chunk out of the hostage target, so not going to try it. Hey guys, welcome out to the range. Today I want to show you something really quick because there have been so many new people that have come to the industry. I'm getting subjects out that I've already covered in the past, and basically working them back up for you guys and offering them to you again. This is a quick malfunction tip. Take an empty casing, put it into the stack, make sure that it's oriented in a forward position. Put your rounds back in. The other thing I'm doing today, guys, I'm trying to get used to these Oakley gloves. They're not doing it for me. I mean, honestly, they're not doing it for me. Tactical gloves look all kinds of cool, but they're so numb. They steal your tactile control over something that you're touching, and I just, let me swing this over and I'll be right with you. All right. Okay, so I have a malfunction that's waiting to happen in this rifle. Now we're going to swing that lollipop. And now I've got a dead trigger. Now, this is where I completely differ from what everybody else is teaching in the industry. And by the way, the beauty of what just happened, even though I'm very well connected with my rifle, I'm in tune with what the gun is doing because I'm a builder, so I'm always diagnosing what the gun is doing. I couldn't even tell that the gun had just created a malfunction. That's one of the things that I like about this particular malfunction with the casing. It's so smooth that you really can't tell you have a malfunction. And the cool thing about it is you have a very, very high quality malfunction. Look what you have going on in there. I mean, seriously, that is a goat rodeo of a mess in there. Now, for all those of you who are new to the industry and are wondering how you fix this malfunction, well, it's really very simple. You extract the magazine. Here, I'll tell you what. I will show you what the training doctrine is, and then I'll show you why it's actually dogma. What you're always told to do is, first of all, get out of your sling. That's strike number one. Strike number two is they tell you to tap and then rack. I almost don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it. Now look at what I've created. Now look at the high quality mess I've just created. Now I have the casing that couldn't get out of the way, and now I have a live round trying to get in the way, or trying to get into the chamber. The extractor couldn't grab the casing that was in the way to get it out of the way. So now what I have on my hands is a major mess. For years the doctrine, and I'm going to say dogma, for years the dogma has been tap, rack, bang. But tap, rack, bang doesn't work on an AR-15. It only really works on a Glock. Almost every malfunction on a handgun, I really shouldn't even say Glock, on a handgun, almost every malfunction on a handgun is tap, rack, bang. It's just the nature of handguns. Handguns are very simple. Handguns, most especially Berettas, are completely open. I mean, a Beretta has a completely open area for ejection. But modern handguns have been designed to make sure that there's room for that casing to get out of the way. So tap, rack, bang works. And by the way, even if you're a righty, you shouldn't have to do this. Why would you give up this right here? For a righty, it's tap, rack, and assess or bang. For a lefty, it's even easier because it's tap, rack, and it's automatically oriented for the ejection port pointed down to rack it. But what I'm getting at is don't give up this for this, because you're trying to orient your ejection port down. Trust me when I tell you it works. Clearances on handguns work with a tap rack assess. When it comes to the rifle, to get this mess out of the gun, it is, it's not tap rack, it is, I'm trying to think of one, with the exception of the obvious stovepipe, it's extract the magazine, retain, well here, I'll just show you. It's extract the magazine forcefully, retain the magazine, and it's back forward. What did you just see? The live round and the empty casing fell out. So that was 1, 2, 3. Mag in, AK style, place, rock up hard, push, pull, rack, and then you're back on the gun. And you have a live one in the chamber. So you're good to go. Safety on or off is kind of irrelevant, because if you're manipulating the gun, A, you're in control of the gun, B, the gun is about as safe as it's going to get anyways, because it's in the middle of being manipulated. So safety on, safety off is irrelevant. In fact, there's a training ethos, I guess, that goes on target, on trigger. And what it really means is, when you're in physical control of the firearm, safety on or safety on is irrelevant, because guess what? Glocks have no safeties. Right now I'm using the gun, whether I'm pointing it at someone or holding the gun. The point is I'm in physical control of this firearm. So the safety is irrelevant. Once it goes back to the holster, in relation to a Glock, the holster is the safety. Right here, I can be safety off. I could be here and be safety off. It is wholly irrelevant. Once I decide to go back to sling, it's safety on, okay? So don't get tied up in all the little minutia of it. And there's a lot, there are a lot of schools of thought out there that really truly do get tied up in the minutia of this stuff, and they overly complicate this for the student. Don't. It's too much to think about. So it is extract the magazine, rack, 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 insert the magazine, rack the gun, assess, and or shoot. The other thing that's very important, if I haven't already mentioned it, is the training doctrine is almost always to tell you to get out for mobility's sake. But if you have a sling like mine that has bungees sewn into it, guys, you have all the mobility you need in the sling already. So you can actually work all your malfunctions while in the sling, never having to get out. And the reason this is so crucial, if something changes in the midst of working with your gun and you have to rapidly transition by releasing that gun, transition to your sidearm, wouldn't it be nice to know that you have retained that weapon at its highest level? This is not a high level of retention, because at this point, if I get into a struggle with someone and the gun starts getting pulled this way by the bad guy, if my head so much as goes down, this skips right over the top of my head, and now they've got my long gun. But if I'm here and they start yanking on my rifle, it's already locked in my armpit. So if they get the gun to about here, it's locked in my armpit, most especially if I do this. And now there's a fight on for this gun. I've got a lot of control over this weapon because I'm still in the sling instead of the sling being on me. So when you're working malfunctions, stay in the sling and always extract your magazine. All right, guys, that's what I've got for you today. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them. As always, I thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. Get those guns out in practice. Have a good one.